Majora's Mask. It's a kid's game.
Okay. You're just trying to get. You know what's funny is I'm just gonna from now. Okay, boomer, just walk away. Majora's Mask is definitely not a. It's a kid's game in the sense that every game. Your mom's rated E. Especially for video games, the rating system for video games is a joke. That shit's a farce.
I feel like Majora's Mask should have been rated T.
At least
so I don't know how. I think the only reason it was rated E is because it was Nintendo and they bribed someone, because that was such like it had so many like not like adult themes, but like a kid's. It's terrifying for a kid. The mask transitions.
Majora's Mask, like if you played Ocarina of Time, if you play like, Zelda or The Legend of Zelda, Link to the Past, Ocarina of Time, and then get into Majora's Mask, which you've skipped several like other little like Game Boy games in there.
Yeah, there was a bunch.
But the transition from Ocarina to Majora's Mask, and the shout out to the devs on that game, because they had I think Ocarina drops and within a year we get Majora's Mask.
Was it that quick?
It's very fast. It's up there with like, GTA 3 drops, and then within a year we have Vice City.
Yeah.
Which Vice City started as like DLC. It was going to be DLC, and they were like, this is too much. It needs to be its own game. Majora's Mask, so it's the same. It's like a smaller dev team. They're like, hey man, here's all the assets from Ocarina of Time. Make something.
Yeah.
And we get one of the best Legend of Zelda stories.
I still love that game. I'm replaying. I found my 3DS and I'm replaying
nice.
The Ocarina of Time on that one because I couldn't find Majora's Mask and I'm rather pissed about it. Yeah, no, Majora's Mask was my favorite even as a kid, but I was terrified playing it.
Like the Red in it, the scene in the windmill with the windmill operator. That what a weird paradoxical thing to lay on people.
Are you like the mask guy?
No, not the mask guy. The guy who's in the windmill playing the Song of Storms, right? This is you go. It's a weird paradoxical thing.
Yeah.
You teach him the song for him to later teach you the song.
Yeah.
What a trip, man. Because you are right. At this time, when this game first releases, video games are still very much geared towards teenagers and kids.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of adult players.
Not a lot of adult gamers running around. Like it was a weird thing. Majora's Mask is my absolute favorite, as you can tell.
It's so good.
I love Majora's Mask tattoo on my arm. I also have my hearts. I have a Majora's Mask back there. To say I'm a fan of Majora's Mask is quite the understatement. But Majora's Mask is fantastic.
Yeah, it's fantastic. But like all of the temples in that game were like eerie.
Yeah.
Like I said, the mask transitions were like painful.
Yeah.
To go through, like you're just like if you watch the transitions and like don't skip them, like they look like they're killing him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, when he turns into the Zora, he looks like he's turning into a vampire.
Yeah.
And he's just in absolute agony.
Yeah, like he's impending doom of the moon. Then the moon was terrifying to just look at, and you're just like, yeah, that fuck's getting closer.
Yeah, no, it's so good. And the fact that like the world rumbles.
Yeah.
And, on the 64 controller with the rumble pack, it would rumble like the moon's getting closer and it would just like rumble at intervals. Then the story's sad. The whole story is sad. Everything in that is like depressing.
Well, I know like one of the theories is it's basically like wasn't Link like died or got lost in the Lost Woods or something, and then that's like a purgatory, and that's why like all the characters are from the first one.
So now I'm gonna pull from a little bit. So shout out to like Matt Pat. Shout out to using the Hyrule Historia, which I also own. Basically what happens there's like 3 timelines that branch off in Ocarina of Time. There's one where like Link dies. There's one where Ganon wins, and then there's one where Link wins, and Majora's Mask is Link dies. Okay. That's what happens when he dies. He is sent to. That's why it's a purgatory that he's trying to get himself out of and trying to save. And that's why all the pieces are there, but nothing's quite right. It's very like shout out like Twin Peaksy in its storytelling, which I also love. Which I was yelling at my cat Cooper earlier. That's who he's named. He's named for the main character in Twin Peaks. But it is very much of that like waking in a dream, right? Like a dream where like everything is where it should be, but nothing is right.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love that. Especially, again, you go from, if you play Ocarina straight into Majora, it is very much a dream world where everything feels slightly askew and wrong.
Yeah.
And I absolutely adore that. Now, the reason you bring Majora's Mask up is because
of Ben Drowned.
Ben Drowned.
Not Ben the Drowned, like I had been saying for half an hour before we started recording.
I couldn't. I was hoping so much that you were gonna.
No, Ben Drowned. This kid finds a Majora's Mask cartridge at like a flea market, picks it up, goes home, plays it, and there's like this mysterious save file. And I can't remember if it's just called Ben or Ben Drowned. Kid loads up, boots into the save file, and the already Majora's Mask is creepy on its own, but it's even creepier in the fact that like NPCs are not where they're supposed to be. The camera angles are completely different. The music is in reverse. Ben Drowned. I keep wanting to say bend over. You go out in the field and then Epona's there, the mask salesman, Skull Kid, and then there's like this strange like mannequin Link that's just like chilling, and the player like walks over and you can tell like he just doesn't know like what's going on, like this isn't in the original game, and he plays the Song of Healing in front of the mask guy and just dies, just catches fire, and you just hear Link screaming in agony as he's just burning alive in the game. It was kind of a wild little experience. There was an 1.5 hour long video just on I almost said bend over again. On Ben Drowned, and I'll probably watch it and just see. I just watched like the clip video that was like 10 minutes long just to see, like, get a general idea, because I saw one TikTok that mentioned it, and then I watched that video, and that was all the research I did. I'm not in school. You get what you get here. Is there sometimes wrong info? Yeah, fuck you.
Hell yeah.